Started? So, good morning. My name's Callum Grigger. Well, welcome to my garden where I keep some of my bees. Today we're going to look at one of my hives, just to get some things out of the way to begin with. This is a queen excluder. This is used to prevent the queen going into the supers and keep her in the brood boxes. So I'll just put this out of the way. This hive has a closed floor. Most of my other hives have open mesh floors like this. And I use a entrance reducer to prevent robbing, especially at this time of the season in August. So this hive currently has the brood box. This is an empty box just for feeding, and here is the telescopic lid. So before we take the telescopic lid off, I'm going to light my smoker. Light the smoker. My PPE on. You on me or on the smoker?
Both.
Okay. So I have my PPE on. Sit myself up. Okay, so I'm just going to smoke the front of the hive.
You can really see it very bad from here.
It's okay. You keep on me.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the telescopic lid. This is just an empty. Here we have a bucket feeder. Just see if they've clamped it down. No, they haven't clamped it down. So just a little bit of smoke. And we have a lid with an inner cover. And the inner cover lid has a feeding hole on it. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take this whole thing off as one piece. There's still a bit of feed in the bucket, so that I don't crush too many bees. And then I'll put that back on later. So. Take my hive tool, remove the first frame. So, you on me?
Mm-hmm.
This frame has some stores. These are also stores. It's a built-out foundation on a wired Zander frame. So the Zander frame in Germany is the same as the Langstroth in dimensions. It's about 5 centimeters shorter though. And this box we would call a deep. Treatments to the side. Move on to the next frame. Do you see me working the frames? It's important.
Yes.
Good. So this frame is a frame that they're building out. It's partially built out. It's not completely built out.
Mm-hmm.
It's full of bees. It has feed on it. There's no nectar. If I would give it a shake, I'm confident that it wouldn't spray or splash, which would be a sign that it was filled with nectar. But typically they would store nectar in this area. So I'll move on to the next frame. So this is a lovely frame. Amelia?
Mm-hmm.
Are you focused on the frame?
Yes.
Good. So here we have capped brood. There are some open larvae, but I'm not going to go any closer in to see it. I'm sure we're going to have better frames than this to look at. I don't currently see any drones, but this frame is very well filled with bees. There's no queen on here. There's some burr, and here we have a little bit of propolis that they've put on here, and here's some more propolis here.
Where?
You see the propolis here?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's move on to the next frame. So, still no queen and no drones, but very well filled with bees. So here we have cap brood, or brood in its pupal phase. Here we have larvae. Do you see the white larvae?
No.
Do I need to move it closer?
Uh.
Hold on, I'll go like this. Do you see it better now?
Mhm.
Do you see the white larvae? Hold on, just let me take a look behind. It's trying to focus, but it won't focus on it. Hopefully you'll see it here, the white larvae, like this. There are also eggs present. They are like very, very small corns of rice, about the 1/10 of the size of a corn of rice. And I believe you can see the larvae here. So let's move on. I don't see the queen at all. Okay.
I think it's focused really bad.
Okay. Okay. Now we just have to leave it the way it is. So this is more capped brood.
Mhm.
And here we have the stores around here. Haven't seen any pollen so far except on some of the bees. Here's a bee carrying pollen here. Do you see her?
Yes.
Do you see her yellow spots?
Yes.
Yeah?
But very, very small.
Okay. Hopefully it turns out better on the video, on the big screen. So, it looks like they have indeed taken all of the drones out. I don't believe that we're going to see any, and we certainly won't be seeing any drone cells. Here's an important thing to see. Do you see the queen here?
Yes, but I
You
don't
see how
think very clearly.
You see how the bees? Okay, then move away. Let me show it. So here's the queen here. Okay. We won't see any drone cells. A drone cell, capped drone cell, is larger than a brood cell and more oval. Especially the capping is more oval shaped, or dome shaped is a better word for it. Unfortunately here I don't really see very much in the way of stored pollen, but they are bringing in pollen. Here we see again pollen they've brought in, and bee bread or stored pollen would just be colorful pollen that they've packed into the comb. So we'll look at the last frame. Is there anything I've missed? Amelia?
Did you say about anything about the queen cup?
Anything about what?
The queen cup.
Queen cells? No, I haven't had queen cells yet. I haven't seen a queen cell yet. So this is a feed frame, judging by the weight of it. And this is just feed. Oh. Nice heavy frame. Plenty of bees on it. And judging by the colors of the bees on here, we have a mix of buckfast with the more orangey rings and carnica, that's the darker bee that's more local to this area.
Did you talk about the capped drone cell?
Cap brood, yeah, I mentioned cap brood.
But I think it's about the drone cell.
The drones. I mentioned the drones, yeah. So we'll just put everything back in. Just move these frames around a little bit. The colony's very much on one side of the box, so it's giving a bit more space to work into.
Did you say anything about the eggs? Because I know you said something about the larvae.
Yep, I said the eggs, they look like...
rice corns.
Yep. Like corn's rice, only much, much smaller, of course. So, let's move this on. So I'm using this thermal material to try and keep the bees a little bit warmer. We'll put this on there to stop them gluing the lid to the frames. I have the feeder back on. So I didn't mention the queen cups. The queen cup looks like a cell pointing downwards. So the cup is an open cup. It's charged when it has an egg or a larvae in it, and when it's closed it looks like a little bullet pointing downwards, usually on the lower edge of the frames. Anything else I've missed?
Maybe the workers. Did you show
The workers, I showed the
Okay,
workers.
good.
The difference between the worker and the queen is the queen has an elongated abdomen, and the drones are larger than the workers and have much rounder abdomens and are bulkier.
Okay, and wax.
Wax.
Drawn comb.
So we discussed the frame. This is a wired frame with foundation. In this case, we showed the built comb and we showed the filled comb. The only thing we couldn't find was, and we also showed the capped honey or capped stores.
I think we've got everything.
Okay, hopefully we've got everything. Thank you very much for taking the time to view this. I'll just put the telescopic lid back on. I said this is a closed floor, this is also a closed floor, and the other hives here all have open floors. So, have a wonderful day. It was great talking to you. Take care. Bye for now.